What's the relevant takeaway, at least initially, from an investor's perspective here?
I think investors have to be happy. We're continuing to see a validation of the strategy that the company laid out 3.5 years ago. They said we're going to make various investments, going to take time, but the payoff will be a good payoff, and it's been better than good. I think what you see with these results is the U.S. business is just chugging along. I mean, 3+% comp growth. The e-commerce growth at 37 on top of 40-ish last year is very impressive. I think when you look at Walmart, you have to also look at the international business. And the international business is transitioning right now, which is leaning on the U.S. business a little bit more. I would compare this a little bit to the reliance Amazon has to put on AWS as the U.S. retail business and the international business kind of bounce around a little bit with their investment cycle. So the U.S. business for Walmart is really going to help things out over the long haul as they move international forward.
And speaking of international, I did actually get a chance to ask Brett Biggs about what's going on with Asda, which is the unit in the UK, the grocery business. And he said, look, we're not pleased with the ruling we got from CMA. We're going to continue to do what's best for Asda from a competitive position. They continue to do a tremendous job. Judith McKenna, she's Walmart International CEO, mentioned the potential of an IPO, and it is one of the things that we would consider.
Where do you see margins going? Already margins were expected to be under pressure this year, but in terms of the additional tariffs, how much more pressure could there be?
They're going to have to come down a little bit more. Yeah. I mean, as we've seen, Walmart and Amazon are in this cage match for market share using price. So that's already been going on. Courtney brought that up with the investments. We're in third year of that investment price cycle for Walmart. I think you're going to see more squeezing on the margin side. Walmart's advantage, obviously, size, scale, importance to vendors. As tariffs roll, there's going to be, quote unquote, collaboration with the vendors to try to keep the price impact to the consumer as low as possible, as minimal as possible. So it's something that's going to develop over time.
The market has kind of given Walmart credit. It's been this haven within retail and say, look, they have the firepower, the resources, and the breadth to weather the tariff thing and the Amazon threat. What's left for investors at this point? I mean, I know you're looking more from a credit angle, but at a 20 times earnings type multiple for a retailer at this point.
Look, Walmart, I think, is doing a remarkable job of validating what they believe in: everyday low pricing, having it in stock, having location, the last mile, that critical last mile. They got it all. And I think for this company to demonstrate nimbleness at its size, I was just doing a quick calculation. What do you figure sales for the whole year will be this year?
525-ish.
Okay. So if it comes to 3%, that's $15 billion. And if, let's assume, let me exaggerate, that the pre-tax margin that margin comes down to 20%, okay, of that sale. So you got $3 billion of additional pre-tax income. That's a staggering amount. These guys they're not good, they're fabulous. They are really fabulous. And they've demonstrated their ability to adapt, and they're going to continue to do that.
Does it feel like a 3.2 GDP consumer, or can we glean those things from Walmart? Not necessarily, right?
Joe, that's tough because one of the things that's interesting about Walmart over the last several years is how much farther up the income demographic the company's been able to go. You know, when they had that epic meeting 3.5 years ago, Doug McMillon put the slide up that said, I think it's high 20% of our customers make over $100,000 a year.
We don't necessarily want Dollar Tree and dollar stores to be doing well, right? Isn't that's an indication of when things aren't quite as good, right?
The U.S. consumer is always looking for a deal, and and the dollar store.
I know
is still
Langone is, even though
everybody wants a bargain. Everybody wants to brag about the great.
Some people need it a little less than others.
We have a store. We have a Costco store, which, by the way, is another fabulous operator near us in Florida. And I just love to walk in there. Hell, it's a great place for me to meet a lot of my neighbors.
I've seen you operate.
And the samples, right?
I mean, the sample. Hell, you could make a meal out of a sample. You haven't got to go to dinner at night.
I mean, you want.
By the way, their raisins, their chocolate, their house brand chocolate covered raisins are the best. Kirkland, look, what Jim has done, the whole team out there, again, execution and being on your market. But the point is, everybody wants a deal.
I mean, you won $10 off. I'm still hearing about it. $10. I mean, you still have it, too.
The important thing was that's the last match we had.
I know. Okay.
So, therefore, I'm the reigning champion.
Yeah, but you still got it, too. That's the scary thing.
I'll never let go of it.